Welcome, fellow trackers. I'm Nick Metzger, and my partner, my co-host in crime, is none other than Mr. Sean Abbott. You're listening to us on July 12th. It's a Friday at 6 p.m. We are so happy you're here this week. We got some stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the 10 most popular trailers from the Xbox Showcase this year. Wondering what's going on with games. Sean's going to give us a report on that, our fellow UK reporter. And then also that Fire Stick thing. Yep, that's available. That's up and running right now. And I have some extra bit of information about it. So I can't wait to chat about that. But before we dive deep into all the realms of all those things, how's life, sir?
It's good. It's good. Been very busy. Busy couple of days at work. But then just generally busy running people around and walking the dog, who has just decided that he now wants to be right underneath me, which is cool.
Sure, why not? And lifting weights, like you I don't know what you're doing, man. You're just like you're like showing me there's lots of numbers. I don't know. It's pretty impressive.
So I've always lifted, and I have just recently switched the program that I'm doing. So I used to go and I'd do, say like I was doing a bench press. I'd start at like 50, do 10. Then I'd go to, I'd like move it up to 60, do 10, move it up to 70, do 10, then move it up to 80 kilos. And like, I'd maybe move that for 3 sets of 3 and start to fail. And I think I was overtraining in that sense, because I was going to the gym for an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, and doing all this. And then I got talking to one of the dads on the school run, and he introduced me to the 5x5 program. So you do 5 sets of 5 reps, and there's only 3 movements per training session. And I have done some crazy progression using that. So I think I'm like, tomorrow is, what is tomorrow? I have an app. There's an app called Strong Lifts, which kind of shows it all.
Is it free?
So tomorrow, it is free. It's free to use. It's a very good app.
Not a sponsorship, folks. Just so you know, nobody's getting any money here.
No. There is a pro option, but the free one just does everything that I need it to do.
Sure.
It automatically kind of like, if you complete the full sets, it automatically adds, like, does the weight for you next time. So tomorrow is 102.5 kilo squat, 80 kilo bench press, and 80 kilo bent over barbell row.
So how long does it take you to get the whole a day done, like all that stuff? Like how long are you doing your thing?
It tells me at the start the workout's 45 minutes to do that.
It's not too bad.
So yeah, it's fun, but it's quite good in the fact that every time you do a full success, like you complete a full set of 5 successfully, it automatically adds 2.5 kilos on. Mm-hmm. If you fail 3 consecutive sets or 3 consecutive days in a row, you fail to achieve all the sets, it will automatically deload you 10%. So like if you, for the squats, if I was doing 100, if you failed at the 100 kilo mark, 3 consecutive sessions in a row, it would automatically drop you down to 90 kilos and say like, okay, go again, and add you back up slowly by 2.5 kilos. So you kind of deload and go back at it with the idea that once you get back to the mark that you failed.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just did the math. I had to do math, Sean, because we're idiots over here that only use pounds. Wow. Okay. Keep going. You're good. I just didn't realize how much that was.
Oh, yeah. What's that? 220 pounds. Yeah, that's how much I weigh. So that's my body weight.
Okay. And you're like putting that on your shoulder doing squats? Is that how you're doing that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. God bless you.
So yeah, that's tomorrow. That's 102.5 kilos tomorrow. I'm enjoying it. I am in a constant state of aching. Because it's every single time it's a complete train to fail. So I think I've put something like 12 pounds on, but I haven't changed my body fat percentage. So yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. This is the second time I was talking to a guy today. The second time where I had to do math to translate from stupid American to the rest of the world. Where I was shocked. One guy was like, "How hot is it over there?" I was like, "Oh, it's like 75." And he's like, "Well, it's 44 over here." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "You're Celsius." And I did the math. I was like, "Holy crap, that's like 112 degrees." I was like, "Are you serious?"
That's pretty hot.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if you can hear the dog barking. I don't.
I can. Yeah, there's a yeah.
He's barking.
The better
ran off
question,
down the
Sean, is
stairs.
can the people who are sleeping hear the dog barking?
Probably, but I don't understand why he's barking. He's run off downstairs and now he's just shouting at something.
Again,
So.
yeah, yeah. We it's all good. It's listen, it is what it is. So yeah, but that's cool. That's great. 220 pounds on your back. I think God bless you. I don't think I could do that more than once, because I couldn't get it up that high, and then once I did, I'd just fall on me and then I would die. So kudos to you. I, on the other hand, have been hanging out with a sick, not a sick kid, a recovering kid. Had his tonsils taken out on Tuesday. He hates the fact that there's a bunch of stuff he can't do. He's going to miss theater camp, been missing soccer, unhappy about all those things. But he's loving the fries and the ice cream, let me tell you. Just like really living his best life on that side of things.
So I've been meaning to ask this because this is the third time you've mentioned fries and ice cream. Why fries specifically? I can completely understand the ice cream for the cooling and like the stopping it from feeling sore, but I don't understand the fries part.
Yeah, so here's the deal. He's told to drink as much as he can. That's the thing, because if his throat gets dry, then I don't know, something could happen to the surgery area, and it'll hurt a whole lot more, or it could start to bleed, or blah blah blah. And then you have to go in there and possibly cauterize or something like that, and life would be rough for him. So, yeah. So, but he's been doing really good. He's been drinking they said 60. He's been drinking about 75 ounces a day. That's what he's supposed to be drinking. And so he's been doing great. But the fries help him want to drink more because of the salt content. And that's the whole idea with the fries. And yet they're still soft. So really been pushing the fries and Frosty. Do you guys have Wendy's over there? I'm always asking a question about what you have or don't have.
I think we do have a Wendy's, but I think it's only in like London.
Okay.
It's very far away from
fair enough. Yeah. So, well, they serve these little Frosties, very popular around here, to dip the fry in the chocolate Frosty and do that salt sweet kind of combo. So we've been pushing that with him. He's been loving that. So he's bummed about the pain, bummed about all the stuff he's missing, but living his best life on the food side of things right now. So.
Imagine, I mean, what a diet, fries and ice.
Yeah. He had chicken nuggets today, so he's moving on, moving to bigger and better things. So.
To be completely honest with you, today was one of those days where, because I finished nights this morning, didn't get much sleep. I kind of like blitzed the house. Lindsay's come home from work, tired. Didn't really fancy anything to eat. She wasn't feeling 100%, so she's taking herself off up to bed. So I made myself a chicken finger and cheese wrap.
Oh, that's great.
With some fries. So I did a full-blown kids tea.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds real good. Now, were the fries on the side, or did you put the fries in the wrap?
I was going to put them in the wrap, but then I also wanted something on the side, so I opted to have them on the side.
Okay.
So 3 chicken fingers, some cheese, some burger sauce, just for a bit of flavor. That's
good. That is good. Yeah, that's good stuff. So yeah, and everybody's healthy in my house. So yay. I mean, minus the kid recovering from his tonsils being taken out. But we were all sick for the longest time after Disney, and now we're all healthy and well. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I could say. The only other news is that Lindsay had a job interview that she went for. She got that job, and she's now, as of September, when the kids all go back to school, because they break up at the end of next week, she's going to be working at Logan School.
She went from college all the way down to what?
Yeah,
what do you call
she's kind
it?
of
Elementary, or what do you?
Primary. So
okay.
she's done further education, which is college. She's been in secondary for the last 18 months, and now she's moving to primary. So predominantly like children from 12 down to 4, free.
Wow. I mean, that's what my wife is. My wife is primary. She's a primary school counselor. So, but yeah. Good.
And she'll be
good
doing
on her.
something similar to Becca. She'll be doing pastoral care, so
Oh,
working with children who are upset for whichever reason or whatever reason, as well as a bit of teaching assistant and things like that. So she's really excited. She's looking forward to it, and she gets to take Logan to school and pick him up every day because her hours are the same as his start and finish time. So
That's cool. That's really cool. Awesome. Well, if we don't have anything else, then let's kick this baby off.
yeah, I will just very quickly go through the housekeeping of things as always. So if you want to find our show and the team that support our show, you can do by going on X, Facebook, Instagram. If you're watching this on any of those, you'll see and understand. It's at GPT Gaming News. If you have any thoughts, any questions, you can join our public Discord. The link is in the bio. I've updated the link for last week's show, and I'll update the link for this week's show. And the blurb that you are currently watching this via live, it's also updated.
You're awesome.
You can find. Say again.
I said you're awesome.
Cool. You can find us there in our in the VGT, which is our, I'd say, parent umbrella that kind of overgoes everything because we have many different gaming. We have the PlayStation tracker, we've got the Nintendo Online tracker, and obviously we've got the Game Pass tracker. Everything's in there. Everybody's all chatting together. There's over 2,000 members. It's a great place to hang out. Everybody's been talking about what they've been playing recently as well. That's been the biggest topic so far. If you're liking what you're hearing and you'd like to hear more and stuff like that, or you'd like to review, give us some pointers, give us what we can talk about more. If you enjoy the lifestyle stuff that we talk about, if you talk like the parenting stuff and you've got some questions around the parenting and lifestyle stuff, please drop them in there in the review or just give us some stars, anything like that. That'd be great. And of course, we wouldn't be a Game Pass show without promoting I'd say Big Daddy, but I want to call it like the uncle that nobody likes because of the news that we have later. Xbox Game Pass. If you love Game Pass and you love our show, you want to show your support, head to the link in the description and sign up to Game Pass through the Xbox.com website. You'll not only be supporting us, the Game Pass tracker, you'll also be signing up to the best gaming subscription going, which is Xbox Game Pass. So sign up to whatever level you desire. These are going to have to change soon because there is new tiers. So once we understand fully the tiers, this will change. But PC Game Pass, Core, which I believe is now going to be known as, which is still staying as Core, and it's this next one. Game Pass Ultimate is going away. It's going to change to Standard or...
No, I thought Ultimate's there. Standard's being changed. Standard is replacing Console.
Oh, okay. So... Yeah. So this all stands in. PC Game Pass Core and Game Pass Ultimate are all there. Just play your own way by using the code in the chat or show notes, and you'll be continue to help us, me and Nick, continue to create the awesome content that you guys love. So now I've completely screwed up the housekeeping because I got well confused with everything. We'll go into the top stories via the X feed.
X feed. Sean, you are the housekeeping. You can't screw up the housekeeping. It's just impossible. Whatever you do with the housekeeping is how the housekeeping is supposed to roll. That's what I say. It's impossible for you to screw it up.
That made me feel better. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I mean it. All right. So I thought this was an interesting little story. Found it on Pure Xbox. The top 10 most popular trailers. Just don't mean diddly squat other than these are the trailers that were most watched. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like, that doesn't mean they're people's favorites because people might love Call of Duty, but they know what Call of Duty is, so they don't need to watch a trailer. Although number one is Call of Duty. So,
but I think that's because there were so many different things in it. Obviously, the link back and forth with the characters, and then obviously all the gameplay physics in terms of being able to jump this way, that way. But I think a lot of people have gone in to try and understand that. To see how that's going to be applied to how they play the game. So
that's a great point. There's the fan base that wants to like dissect every little thing so they have any inkling of a chance to be better than the next guy when this thing drops. That's a really good point. And then second most popular video, Age of Mythology Retold. That was a little shocker to me. I didn't see them coming. I think that might be more of like what I was saying before. That might be more of like people are like, so what is this entirely? Can somebody tell me?
So far, number one, you have massive franchise. Number two, you have what is this game?
Yeah. And now we're back to massive franchise. Gears of War E-Day makes number 3. No real surprise there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people as well watched that for the music. That it was a great bit of music that was with that trailer. So
I think this falls also, not that they're trying to get it, there's no gameplay in here, but everybody's trying to nitpick this one, right? They're trying to like find any little like background thing to be like, oh, this means that, or oh, did you see that's not there, or anything, so that they can, I don't know, point something out.
Yep.
And then Avowed, number 4. Makes sense. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This has a massive community. Everybody's trying to find the planes. Not shocked about that. I am surprised that Fable is so low on this list. I thought Fable would be higher on the list, to be honest. So I am a bit surprised about that.
Yeah, it didn't show a lot of gameplay footage, which is why I don't think it was as high. I think we had that live action kind of style of thing rather than masses of gameplay. It was still more of a teaser trailer, so that kind of doesn't allow people to do what you think they should do, of being able to dissect all the tiny bits and pieces from a trailer. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then the next one is Frag Punk. What's the game with the coins? And when you shoot somebody, they bust in the coin. You said it looked like that. It's not that game, but it looks like that game. That's the one you were talking about.
Yeah, it is. And I think, again, this is one where people have kind of gone to it and gone, what is this? Like, they've maybe seen a bit of a screenshot somewhere as they've been scrolling through and kind of gone, I need to have a look at this. I mean, it's a very interesting looking game. So,
Yeah. Perfect Dark. Surprised it's not a bit higher. Metal Gear Solid, Delta, Snake Eater. Little bit surprised it's not higher. And Doom: The Dark Ages. Also, I would have I would have thought would have been higher. And Rex, what do you think?
Nice.
It's a straight on dog.
He's as disgusted as I am. This is his disgusted look. He's as disgusted as I am that Doom's not that high. Hi. Yes.
Oh, you got that one in the mouth. Oh, you got that one right in the mouth.
You go on your bed.
We're gonna be cut off the air for like on air kisses. That's what I'm gonna say right now.
Bestiale. I don't understand why
he is like. He's just like staring at you.
Yes.
Does he know? Maybe he knows. Maybe he's like, man, I am on air. Yeah, hi.
You're probably gonna hit.
Oh, he looked away. He's like, oh wow, that's ugly. I can't. Hi. No. Okay. No.
There you go. You could hit if you could hear the rustling. Then that was Rex's nose.
Huh?
So bit of doggy ASMR for you all.
There you go. Anyways, Rex has left the. If you're listening and you're like, who the hell is Rex? That if you don't know somehow, that is Sean's dog. So there you go.
Yeah, that's my Springer Spaniel. He is awesome. He just chooses some fantastic times to decide to start doing stuff.
He's super cute. For sure. So yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this. This is about the most unscientific way you can talk about what games might be popular and unpopular. But I thought it was fun.
It was a nice reminder as well of what we have to look forward to, because other than the news about the price hike and stuff like that, and the rewards that we'll get to later, there hasn't been a great deal of news, and it's been pretty quiet on the games front as well. So
yeah, I would agree with that. Sean, UK retailer Game and ending their pre-orders this month. Is that a big deal for you?
I think this is slowly marks the end of Game on the high street. I think it's going to disappear, which I'm sad about, because it is the only big retailer in the UK. It's like our GameStop, basically. So if it disappears, the only way really to purchase games is going to be Amazon or digital download only. Yeah, he's got a purple squeaky dinosaur.
Rex is lively tonight, man. I'm loving it.
Well, he usually is. He's usually in bed with Lindsay at this point, but we're trying to keep him out of the bedroom as much on a night because he's constantly on and off the bed. So it's quite annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying, is game is our GameStop, and there's been a couple of things that have happened over the last few months that have kind of, to me, inkling that it's gonna be it's gonna be shutting down. I am so sorry. It's gonna be closing down and ceasing.
You know, you're a parent. Like, you can't get the kids the toys that make noise. Like, how do you not know this? Come on. That's the best.
But he knows where it is. That's the thing. I just took it off him, gave him it back, and he knows exactly where it is. Anyway, there's been a couple of things over the last few months with Game that have kind of cemented to me that they are winding down and ceasing to trade. The first one was stopping the physical trade-ins, which is one of the best things I loved about it. It's like I could trade in a game that I have completed and played to the absolute death, get some in-stock credit and put that towards like pre-ordering and purchasing the next game that I want to play. And I used to do that quite regularly. I did it a lot with Switch games, which I know a lot of people will probably come at me because they're like, oh, you need to buy physical and keep them as a collection. I don't have the room to keep them as a collection. I like to play games and play them to the point, like with Metroid Dread. I played that game to the utter death. I did it in every single mode possibly. I speed run it. I did it all. So I took that in, and Switch games hold their money really well. So you get quite a lot of install credit for like purchasing the next Switch game and stuff like that. Or we'd sometimes go in and I'd have like £50-60 in install credit, and I'd say to Logan, go and pick like a soft toy, because they also do like soft toys and stuff like that. And he would. So that's the first thing they did, is they ceased physical trade-ins. The next thing after that they ceased to do is they closed down their Elite accounts. So you could pay £3 a month and you become a Game Elite member, which meant that when you traded games in, you'd get double points. You'd get double points on pre-orders, and you'd get extra little perks and discounts and stuff like that, which was quite cool. So they stopped that. That stops the end of this month, 31st of July, I believe. That stops. And then, obviously there's this. So from the 1st of August, they'll no longer take any installed pre-orders. Existing pre-orders for games that are due to release before the 31st of January next year will be valid, but any games that are set to launch after that date will see the pre-orders be cancelled and the deposits refunded.
Yeah, it really sounds like they're like prepping to close camp.
Yeah. And I can understand why, because obviously there's Game Pass, there's a subscription base. Nintendo have the NSO online, and the eShop is pretty strong with the Nintendo. I mean, a lot of people don't like to buy. They buy this, A5 shaped box with a tiny little cartridge in.
Yeah.
Which then when you plug it in, you have to download a little bit more anyway. So
yeah, no,
I'm the Steam, so PC stuff like Steam and stuff like that is all there. So there's no real need to have a physical like disc or anything anymore.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's all gonna go away when it comes to games. I mean, I'll be interested to see what happens to our GameStop, if it can hang out and make it, or not. It'll be interesting to see. I hope it does. Yeah. In some way, kind of revive itself in a different way. But they're gonna have to find a different thing to keep them going for sure.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great for small shop owners.
Sure.
So there's a store in a couple of towns over from me that's called Console Yourself.
I like it.
Yeah, it's quite cool. He sells all kinds of different stuff. You go in there, he's got all the retro gaming consoles, like from the NES, the SNES, Atari, all the really old retro consoles. You could go in, you can buy games for them, you can buy controllers, you can buy full units and stuff like that. If game closes and they start getting the newest releases in and maybe doing small pre-orders and stuff like that, I can see small game retailers like that doing quite well off the back of a large high street retail like game closing down because there isn't a shop in Selby where I live. There isn't one at all that sells just video games and stuff like that. So that would be the only shop. The closest one to me would be that shop to go and buy new games. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Story number 3, Xbox gaming now officially available on the Amazon Fire TV stick. So when I saw that it was official, I called Amazon because Xbox wasn't giving me anything. I called Amazon and I said, listen, I want to buy a Fire TV in like 4 days on your Prime Day. Can I also have xCloud? And they said no. So for some reason, it's only available on the Fire TV stick.
and the two it's available on is the 2023 4K and 4K Max. So I haven't attempted to try it on the one that I've got because I know it's an old version. I think mine's like a 2020 or 2021. So I haven't tried it on that yet. I should do, but I haven't, just to see if it can be done on older ones. But what they're saying online on the website is it's the 2023 4K and 4K Max.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder if this is, because this doesn't make a lot of sense. You can't tell me that they're not running the same type of like operating system per se for between the TV and the stick when it comes to this stuff. I think it's a rights issue. I think that Samsung at the moment still owns the rights to the TV app, and that they're not owns the rights, but they own the exclusivity to have the TV app. But they don't own the exclusive rights to have the to have it on like another device, like a Fire Stick or something like that.
On a dongle device.
Yeah, exactly. Because it doesn't make sense that it's not on their TV, but it's on the stick. So, whatever. I don't know. Now I'll buy a TV and I'll have to buy a Fire Stick. Prime days. Here I come.
Buy a cheaper TV and a Fire Stick.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's totally what I'm doing.
Same spec.
Yeah. So, but it's Prime.
I always buy LG.
Their TVs
I always go LG
cheap.
for TV.
So.
But yeah, I think it's great. I think this is.
Yeah, me too.
I want to get one and try it because I want to be able to be like, okay, if I plug it on this TV, what does it look like? Take it out, take it to like JS TV, which is a lower spec TV, plug it in and be like, is it going to be the same graphics or look the same as it does on mine? So, yeah, and you can take it anywhere you've got Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Plug it in, connect your controller. Hey, look. I mean, they're kind of saying that you don't need a console anymore to play Xbox games. I think that's one of the taglines they're going towards. So,
Yep, this is definitely the start of that process, I think, but it'll be a long way off. But yeah, this is that start. Story number 4: auto renewal is stopping for rewards collectors. Sean, do you know what's going on here?
So yeah, anybody that like does the whole Microsoft rewards thing. I know some people when I've listened to Capital Gaming, their Xbox podcast, they're like, yeah, I specifically go on through Microsoft Edge, and I will specifically go and do all the tasks that I need to do for that day to kind of get as many points as I can in the reward scheme, so that I can use those reward points to renew my Game Pass subscription. What they're doing now is this auto redeem is disappearing. So you can set it up as soon as you hit 14,000 points. You can automatically set it so it'll just dump those 14,000 points straight into your Game Pass and kind of build it up that you can automatically update your monthly Game Pass subscription by doing this point collection. And that's disappearing. So completely. So, it's not just the automatic side of it, but the whole being able to use those reward points to redeem Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass subscriptions will just be gone.
Wow, I didn't realize that. That stinks. So you won't be able to use them towards subscriptions at all.
Yeah. So they're forcing people to have to pay around the point where the prices are going to go up, which will lead us into the feature story in a second. But at the point where they're going to raise the prices, they are taking the ability for people to get it for free by using their own reward scheme, which it is going to force people to have to pay the price.
So there is a possibility that it's just a poorly conveyed message, is what I'm hearing.
Possibly, yes.
And that
they could be changed because they're going to have to change the amount of points that you have to get because of the price change. And obviously, there's now no longer a console edition. There's just core, standard, ultimate, and PC. It could be that they're going to have to go and change all that, and somebody's misconstrued what they've said, and it's not very transparent, and that it's just going to look a little bit different, and the goalposts that you have to hit for it are different, but it also looks very much like August 12th. That has gone.
Yeah. So for sure, the auto redemption is gone, and by the way, it sounds the whole Game Pass subscription thing is gone, but we'll have to wait and see. August 12th. My birthday is August 13th. That's Microsoft's birthday present to me. Thanks a lot, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So I know, I think Bruce, longtime fan and obviously co-host of the Star Wars Dads, I think he does this process to kind of keep his hand in Game Pass a little bit. So I know he might be hurt by this.
Yeah. Well, Sean, that segues very nicely into our feature story, which is Xbox Game Pass gets a price increase, and also some wonky changes in what the things are going to be called and what's actually happening and what's going to be there and what's not. So,
when I first saw this, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to have to pay £20 a month." And then, like, after a few DMs back and forth with you, and I actually looked at it and stopped being angry that I was just having a price rise.
Well, I'm glad I realized
I'm going from $12.99 a month to $14.99 a month, so it's not that bad.
Yeah. So for American listeners, let's break it down. Game Pass Core, still here. $9.99 a month, $75 a year. There is a year option. It's the only one that has a year option. Why? Nobody knows except for Phil. For the Game Pass Core, you get online multiplayer, a limited catalog of 25-plus-ish games on the console, and you get deals and discounts. Now, the console subscription is gone, replaced with the standard subscription. American dollar, $14.99 a month. You get everything I just said, online multiplayer, the 25 games, which is dumb because you get the full Game Pass catalog. So you get online multiplayer, the full Game Pass catalog, and member deals and discounts, but you do not get day one added games. Day one added games come at a future date. And we don't entirely know what that future date will be, which I do not think is fair. Microsoft said they will handle this on a case-by-case basis. Could be 6 months, could be a year. In some cases, could even be more. And then you have Game Pass Ultimate, $20, where you get the whole schwack load of everything. You get day and date, everything I've already mentioned, perks, you get EA Play, you get Xbox Cloud Gaming. So your Fire Sticks now work. And then, finally, you have PC Game Pass, which is only on the PC. You get multiplayer, which is kind of free on PC anyway, so whatever. PC Game Pass is $12 a month. You get the member deals and discounts, the Game Pass catalog. You get everything for you get everything except for you don't get Xbox Cloud Gaming. So there you go.
Nope.
Anyways, now let's chat about
it. For me, the PC Game Pass one is the best option, value for money for me, because the limited 25 game catalog is I wouldn't worry about that because you've already got that is included in all the Game Pass catalog of games, hundreds of games. That's already in there, so you're not missing out on anything.
Right.
That's why it's not ticked. Obviously, online multiplayer is free because they can't charge you for that. You can play through Steam, you can play through Epic, you can play through the Activision portal. That's how you can do that. You aren't tied to having to use their servers. You're using a third party server. The only thing you don't get is cloud gaming, but most people, if you have a PC rig to be playing, you ain't gonna want to play cloud. So let's be honest, you aren't missing out on much there, other than the ability to drop in and play games on things like the Meta Quest 3, the Amazon Fire Stick, your phone, your tablet, if you're away from home. But
you know what I find interesting?
It's not.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. You go first because it could be a more valid point than what I'm about to make.
I don't know about that. I just find it interesting that in the graphic it says, for PC Game Pass, it says PC library. But it doesn't say, what it should say is in the Game Pass Standard and the Game Pass Ultimate, console library. Because I would argue that there's more games that we don't get, that the PC does get, than that the PC doesn't get that console gets, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. There is some games that come to console but not to PC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look back through our many documents for the episode, so if you go back the 159 documents, there's always games that say that it's not coming for PC, it's just for console and cloud. So
yeah, that's true for sure. That used to be more common, to be honest. Like the PC library was kind of meh. You'd be like, oh wow, one's coming to the PC. That's great. Like when we first started podcasting, it was like, oh wow, one's coming to. It's kind of like the xCloud thing too, right? It was like, oh wow, and now it's like that's not the case. Usually everything comes everywhere except for some like random surprises where you're like, oh yeah, that's just PC, or oh I guess that's not coming to console or something like that.
So yeah, I mean, it stinks. There's a price rise. It's always going to stink when there's a price rise. I mean, what? It's going up $3 for you?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it's going $16.99 to $19.99. Yeah. So it's a $3 a month rise for you to have all the day one games and kind of subsidize everybody getting Call of Duty. Because that's what it's for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're totally right, Sean. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Be all and end all.
Call of Duty fans.
Yeah, I mean it's a £2 rise for me. It's going to be a £4 rise because I pay for JS as well. So I have to pay 2 lots of it. Give me the family plan because I wouldn't have to do that.
There is no family plan coming, man. This should tell you there's no family plan coming. They're raising it to cover their costs. So there's no way they're going to, I mean, if there is a family plan, it's going to be like, you get 3 for what? For me, it'd be like for $57.99 a month instead of $60. Like, yeah. That's what they're going to save you, like $2.50. You're going to have to be happy with it.
But yeah, when I first caught wind that we were having a price rise, I saw the prices and didn't realize they were in US dollars. And was shocked. I was like, that is a big jump. We haven't had a massive jump for a long time. I think we had a £1 jump in the UK like last year. So then to have a £3 jump isn't too bad. If you take everything into account, inflation, wages, costs of just running a company, but in terms of heating, electricity, everything's gone up for them. So, if they're going to be taking overheads from these kind of things, welcome to the UK for car scenes. If you're going to take into account all those kind of things, then it's not a bad price rise. We've got some absolutely huge games coming: Fable, Doom, Indiana Jones. The ones that we've just mentioned previous for the top 10. So Gears of War, Avowed. All those big games coming like within the next 12 months, potentially a little bit longer, depending if they hit their times and targets. It's not bad even if you still add it up at $20 a month.
Yeah. So
over a 12-month period.
Here's what I'd say: nobody can argue that the games that Microsoft gives you month over month are not worth $20. It's an impossible argument. Like, you can't look at it and say, well, Game Pass isn't worth $20 a month because, there's just not the good amount of games there. No, there's way more games that are worth it. The problem becomes not, is there value in the product for that amount of money a month? That's not an argument that you can even make. That's just a factual. There definitely is that amount of money and more. The problem becomes people have to start looking and saying, am I really going to get, am I going to be able to access all the value that they're giving me to be able to get it? That's the thing. Sure, I can play, I don't even know. I probably should have done the math. Probably a couple $100 worth of games a month from Game Pass and only pay $20 a month now. That's a steal. Do I have time to access? And I know that's a me problem, so that's fine, but it's also a Microsoft problem. That's the thing. So it is a me problem, but if a me problem says, yeah, I can't access that amount of value for it to be worth it for me, so I cancel my subscription, well, now it's a Microsoft problem too. So that's the thing that I think they're going to fight. I'm not arguing that there's not value here. The value's there. The argument is, at $20 a month, can people access it? Do they have the time in life right now to access their amount? There's definitely going to be people who do. Not arguing that. It's not like you're going to drop millions of subscribers here. I don't think that's the case. But I do think that, the cost isn't going to go down. Let me just say that. The cost is not going to go down on this. It's only going to rise. If streaming has taught us anything, and not streaming video games, but TV, Netflix, Hulu, all those things, if they've taught us anything, it's that it doesn't go down, it goes up. So if it starts at 20 right now, or if it's at 20 right now, in 2 years is it 23 and then 24, and then subscription prices are rising faster than game prices. And so as that,
the last time we had a game price rise, it went from $50 to $55 to $70. But it was a huge jump.
That's true, yeah. But that also was the first rise in how many decades?
Again, also true. But I still look at it as, if you play 6 games from start to finish throughout the year from Game Pass, and get your full enjoyment out of them. Don't go through the whole thing of testing everything, trying to play the whole back catalog of games that are there. Don't do it. Just play Call of Duty, play Tunic, go and play Halo, go and play Forza Horizon, go and play Forza Motorsport, go play Wreckfest, go play Doom. The Dooms that are on there, Doom Eternal. So that's 7 games I just mentioned. If you go and play those 7 games from start to finish in the next 12 months, paying at $20, you have saved yourself $150, $160.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, and I don't really know, are all games coming out at 70 now? Is that pretty much the thing?
Well, I based that on $55 a game, just to be average.
Okay, that's a fair average, because you might play some indies that aren't entirely 70, and then you might play some AAA. So I mean, that's a fair. I like the average. I think that's
exactly.
a fair.
So
I think that's a fair
price. The price per year for Game Pass Ultimate at $20 a month. You if you play 4.7 games at an average of $55 a game, you have made your money. That's it. You've done.
Right. Yeah.
You've made your money back. You aren't going to play 4.7 games. You're going to play 20, 25 games. You're going to have tested 50. You're going to have tried 60 different games over a year's. Look at the list of games that we've played in the last 12 months, and I bet it's at 60, and I bet you have finished at least 20 of them, and I bet you we have sat here for an hour-long podcast excited to talk about this game, because we have put more than 2 or 3 hours into it, you have recently had a game change with Nintendo because you played less than 2 hours of it and could have it changed. So if you can play more than 2 hours of any game and say that you've enjoyed it, you have got your value from Game Pass. And not only can you go
Sean.
play,
I'm enjoying this.
if not only can you go and play one game and enjoy it, but if there is a prequel or a sequel to that game that you have stumbled upon, you will then go and play the prequel or the sequel and still enjoy it, because you are entering into a complete new genre of games that you've never played before. For me, the value of Game Pass is there even at $20, because there's so many games. There's so many good little indies. We're going to talk about one that's just been released that we're both playing and both enjoying. You've been playing Sandrock.
Have I?
Exactly, which is on Game Pass. What's the other one that you've been playing?
Yeah, I would say you're right. So it's still, I'm not going anywhere, but it's still worth a sub. But I think it's not going to be $20 in 2 or 3 years. I guarantee that. I think it's getting to a point where they're going to have they could have a problem on their hands, because you're going to have to think, I can beat a game so I can, 3 months? It would take me 3 months to buy that game off of my Game Pass sub if I didn't have it. Also, why don't they do a year for everything? Can I say that? So,
yeah, you could say that. You might be able to go to like places like CD Keys and buy a year's worth for a discounted price.
Sure, you can. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I don't know that you can, but I wouldn't be surprised if you could. But like, what if they? I think it would have been awesome if they would have said, let me do some like, I was going to say back. Okay. Yeah. If they would have said, hey, $240, which is what it's going to basically be now, is what you're going to pay $20 a month, or you can do like
200.
200 would actually be less than what you were actually paying before. I'd be shocked if they'd go less, but if you do a year, it'll be like 215 or something like that. But yeah, 200 would be amazing. I would drop that in a heartbeat to save that money. I just don't understand why that's only, and it would save them people, and we know many who do this, of dropping in and dropping out, of being like, people who like basically just clear the calendar of gaming for themselves. They pick out like 5 games, and in like a month, maybe 2, they wipe through those 5 games, and then they're back out at Game Pass. Like, why not give the option? It's not going to stop everybody, but why not give the option of giving people a discount, but also to kind of pledge a loyalty to be with. I'm sorry, Sean is stealing. Is that a purple dinosaur you stole from Rex right there?
That is a purple dinosaur. He has pulled the stuffing out of it, so I'm just pushing some stuffing back into it. I don't think he's happy that I've done that.
Is that what's the purple? What's the purple dinosaur when we were kids? What was that? I don't know if you had it over there. Barney, yeah, is that Barney? Anyways, so yes, I concede you are right. The value's still there, even for me. The value's still there, and probably for most people. You have to be a pretty casual gamer for the value to not be there. But I do wish they would do a year thing. That would be nice.
For me, the 12-month thing would have to be like, if you paid $205 for the year, that would mean that you're saving $35, and they're still making $2 more off you over the year.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I think that would be great. I think there should be a year price for every tier. Save yourself some amount of money that only makes sense. I also think they should give the day and date of the Game Pass standard. Sorry, I totally just had a moment of like brain fart. So I think they should
say it's just slowly watching you go there.
I know exactly. I think they should give how long it's going to be before day and date games come to Game Pass standard. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that's only.
I think that's going to vary from game to game.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what they said, and I don't think.
But it's going to vary. It's going to vary that much from game to game that I don't think they could ever give you a concrete Like it's going to be like Starfield is came day and date. Like they couldn't say, right, this one's going to be 12 months, that one's going to be 3 months, that one's going to be 6 months, that one's not coming at all. I think it's going to vary that much that they can't give you a solid answer.
Yeah, but I don't think that's fair if you're Game Pass standard. But that's fine. I also wonder how many people, Sean, why when this whole thing lays out, lays out. Now the next game that's day and date is Call of Duty, correct? That's the next big day and date game. Is that correct?
I thought it was Indiana Jones.
Oh, is Indiana Jones before Call of Duty?
I should know this. I think it is. I think. No.
I thought Indiana Jones was like November, but I could be. Okay. Okay. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So let's say why don't I just drop down to Game Pass Standard and play the Game Pass catalog and not worry about. I mean, right now I'm playing Sandrock. I'm pretty sure that's going to be on the Game Pass catalog. So why wouldn't I just jump around between the two?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from jumping around. I think that's one of the reasons why they might not have given us a year price. Because somebody might want to just play standard and then be like, oh, there's a day and date game coming that I'm quite keen on. This month I'm going to pay the difference between my standard to the Game Pass Ultimate.
Oh shit! We don't know. That's the reason they didn't. It's one of the ones they didn't give to us.
Oh. But yeah, kind of do standard. See that Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 is coming in October. For October and November, I'll pay, or the back end of the year, I'll pay the difference and try to play the game, enjoy it. And then once I kind of fall off, or if I don't enjoy it, I'll drop back down to standard. And because you can do that month by month.
I legitimately just thought about this. Why wouldn't I do that?
I don't know.
Yeah. If there's not a game that you're prohibited to play on standard, then why be on ultimate? Or if there's not a game if the game you want to play is on standard, then why be on then why except for Xbox Cloud and perks, I guess, if the perks are something you're super interested in. Xbox Cloud, I don't know. I don't play Xbox Cloud enough. Maybe when I get this Fire TV stick, it'll blow me away.
But this is where I then lead into that. Like the cloud with the Amazon Fire Sticks and stuff like that. They've done that at a good time because it's new, it's shiny. People will be like, "Oh, I can play it. I don't have to have a console." Or my kids are playing the console on my TV in the. I don't have this room because I don't have many rooms, but they're playing that in the other lounge, and I want to play. I want to play on this on the other TV. I'll just use the Amazon Fire Stick and just play the game that I wanted to play via Game Pass while my kids are playing Fortnite or Roblox or whatever they want to play.
Yeah.
So I can see you using the Fire Stick and xCloud a lot with Noah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know that I have much more to say about it. I'm not fussed to buy it, but it still is a good deal for me. But I think there are some things they could do to kind of make it better for everybody.
Yeah, like a family plan. And I don't think there should have been a standard. But yeah.
Whoa, wait, what? So you think there should only be Game Pass Core and Game Pass Ultimate?
Yeah, but if you took away the cloud gaming and left it at that, I don't know. I don't know how I'd like to have seen it been done.
I like the 3. I just wish that they would give. In my head, I wish they would give a solid date of when things will be coming. But I do like also. It's important to note that on this thing it says, Day 1 game editions by Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard, ID at Xbox, and selected third-party games. So this isn't just day and date Xbox Studios games. They're also saying, hey, listen, there are other games that we might hold off here too that are day and date.
Yep. which sucks.
So I just wish they'd give like a solid number for that, for when it will show up on Game Pass Standard. But that's fine. It's case by case. And I had not thought about bouncing between Standard and Ultimate. You can do that so that, we'll save you. Yeah. I actually don't know when I have to pay for it next. I was just trying to remember. I got that deal, and I don't know how long that stupid long
you've got
Game Pass.
You have them all stacked, don't you?
I did, yeah. I don't know how long though. I don't know when the next one is. I want to say it's like early 2025. I have to pay next.
So you aren't going to be affected by the price rise until next year. So.
Well, unless they like prorate my account. I don't know if they'll do that or not.
No, they can't do that. That's well, they could do
Microsoft,
that, but it's not fair to do that.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I agree with that totally. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
So what we're saying is, quickly go out and buy as many CD keys as you can, and stack them, reclaim them.
Yeah. Also, the thing we didn't say: if you're a core member right now and you're on auto renewal, you will be able to keep. No. I'm sorry. If you're a Game Pass console member, subscriber, and you're on auto renewal, at this moment, Microsoft has said you can keep your Game Pass console subscription. So there is that, and you will be kept at that subscription. But for those of you who want to join now, you actually cannot. That is not there. And if you're not on auto renewal, you won't be able to renew at that particular subscription. You'll need to choose one of the other three. So that's also a piece of this wonderful puzzle.
Yeah, they've kindly grandfathered the console if you're already there.
Yeah. So, but again, if you're already there, why would you want to be there? Because you're probably, the thing about console was you were getting these games every quarter, right? Like, wasn't that part of the Game Pass console thing?
No, that was core.
Oh, that was core. That's right.
Yeah.
Jeez, old Freddy. I give up. Anyways, so there you go.
Yep. Price rises suck. Removal of rewards sucks, but it's still great value.
It's still a great.
I don't like the removal of the rewards. I'm putting my hand up in the air because we've just talked about it. It kind of signifies it further on in the podcast or earlier on. They've removed the rewards thing or haven't made that very transparent at the same time as the price hike. So people who do rely on the automatic renewal of the rewards for their Game Pass are now probably sat there thinking, what do I do?
Yeah, for sure. I agree. All right. Anything else on this feature story before we move into the what's out on Game Pass?
No, let's go and talk about a day one release game that we've both been playing.
Let's talk about that. Hey, that was the wrong music. We're in the dashboard first. That was Game Pass headlines. My bad.
Dope.
My bad.
So yeah, I joked before the transition about the day one game that we're both playing, but this could be one of those games that in the future is a third party game that they withhold.
That's true.
Other members. So
that's true.
Yeah. But no. I'll roll first. I've been playing Warzone again, specifically the DMZ. Just very quickly hopping in and out. When I did play some Warzone, but I'm so rusty. It was bad. It was very, very bad. So we didn't do all right a lot of that. And then the other game I've been playing is Cheer, which I don't know if you want to talk about the other game that you've been playing, then we can banter back and forth on our thoughts on Cheer.
Sure, I can do that. I've been playing My Time at Sandrock. This game came out a while ago on Game Pass, and I think I've talked about it enough now. I played My Time at Porsche, and My Time at Sandrock is just as addictively fun as My Time at Porsche, except there's less bugs. It's so far, knock on any wood I have, which is absolutely none. Everything in this room is plastic. It has been running absolutely fantastic, which is totally different than the first one, where I had a ton of bugs and couldn't get through stuff and had to wait for patches, and I still kind of slogged my way through it. This one has been great, and it's funny. And if you didn't like the reading that you had to do, I was telling Sean, much of this one is voice acted. So there's a lot less reading, a lot more listening to people chat. And yeah, it's just a really good, creative, cozy game. But there's still a little bit of fighting. Like, you create guns and weapons and you go into caves and you fight monsters. But this is definitely, not a Souls-like or anything like that. You're pretty safe as long as you're at the right level. And they're very kind to you. They give you little signs that are like, now would be a good time to save, to let you know you're going into a boss battle. So yeah. That's where I've spent most of my time. I have been watching my kids put together this very fun, very creative Disney World on Minecraft. They've been doing a lot of fun stuff. Going into dark. They've made Peach. They made a little Peach like body, like Noah has put serious time into this thing, and the roller coaster goes into her dress and then comes out and like goes around her, and it is very cool. I am super impressed at the work and the amount of time that they have been putting in and how they've been working together. So it's been a lot of fun. I've been always giving them like new ideas, like putting bats in the dark spaces and all that stuff, and I want them to make a boat ride. But they've yet Noah's like, Dad, you don't understand how hard it is. I tried. So having a fun time with them. But they've been doing that. I've been playing Gang Beasts with them and more Flat Heroes. I think that's what it is. I can't remember. Anyways, it's a really fun game. All that is mostly on Nintendo Switch though. And so now on to the game that we've both been playing. That's day one that you might not be able to play ever again if you're on standard. No, I'm just kidding. Chia.
Yep. I ummed and ahed about downloading it. And then I think this morning when I finished work, after I finished nights, I take a look into school. I like to play half an hour of a game before I go to bed, kind of unwind and decompress. So I tried Call of Duty. I set Chia downloading because I wanted it just there. I started playing Call of Duty and it popped up and said it had finished. And I was like, I'm not enjoying Call of Duty. I haven't got the mental capacity to be playing this right now. I'm so tired. So I loaded Chia and was pleasantly surprised. Graphics are great. Gameplay is fun. I like the introduction that you get to the game. Like, it's actually based on a real island and a real set of people, but a lot of things have been changed fictionally to protect the truth, or not the truth, but
their beliefs and customs and stuff like that.
Their beliefs, that's the one, yeah. And it's very cute. I like the music aspect of it, that for the dried leaves and the guitar and things like that, which you mentioned when we spoke the other night. I like the stamina aspect of it. It gives a really good Tears of the Kingdom Zelda kind of vibe to how it plays. And I like that it's not very heavy on you have to collect this, and this, then go and collect this, and this, then go and collect this, and this. I like the freedom aspect of it. And then I like the map aspect as well, where there's no live pointer to where you are. You have to kind of orientate yourself to what's around you, to what it looks like on the map. So
yeah, I think the story so far has been fun. It's kind of secretive, but I've enjoyed that. It feels, I don't know, it just feels special in some way. Like you're on this little boat and you're traveling around, and the music's good. Gives you when you first set off for the first time on your boat, gave me Wind Waker vibes. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
The boat's fun because it's not it's not hard to do, but also they did give you tasks. You have to run to the sail and put the sail up to get to a certain speed, whatever speed that might be, and then run back and take the helm and move it around and move the boat around. So it's not super difficult, but also it's not just press A and move the joystick. So I appreciate that.
When I first started with the boat, I was moving the left joystick up and down. I was like, why is it not slowing down? And then realized that to let go of the helm to then go and grab the sail to
Mhm.
change the speed and stuff like that. I liked, but then once I realized I had to do that, I was like, okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So
So as Sean said, you can climb if you got the stamina for it. You can climb anything, just like Breath of the Wild. They reward you quite well for getting the top spots with little markers that will help you see what is on the map in other areas. So yeah, I have put probably just a couple hours into it because I've been pretty addicted to Sandrock, but yeah, I've enjoyed it, and I can't wait to play it tomorrow. I am playing it on the Switch. Sean's playing it on the Xbox, so.
oh, I like to know what the difference is, other than the load times, because it still has a little bit of a load time on the Xbox. So
Yeah, I haven't been too fussed by the load times, to be honest.
no, I like the tutorial points that come up and flick through them. There's some things on there that I read that I was like, oh, I didn't realize you could do that. Like you can pet any animal, even the scary ones, which I think is nice.
Yeah. She plays the uke, which I like. I've been learning the ukulele this year, so it's fun. And it's not, I like that it's not like she pulls out a uke and now you press the Y and the B and the A and the X and, but you literally you bring up this dial of actual chords. And so you have to go to the actual chord to play the actual chord. So it's that I appreciated to throw some extra realism there. So.
And you can change the environment with the guitar as well.
Yeah,
so you can pull it up and you can play melodies, which changes the time of day, which is good for questions and getting around. You can also randomize your outfit, and there's lots to unlock. So, and the swimming, I enjoyed the swimming.
Yeah,
when it comes to a game where there's a swimming aspect, it always annoys me when it's very difficult. But this is very simple: B to dive down, A to swim up. The graphics while under the water are really nice. And you could do cool flips and spins and dives as well. Like if you jump off a high point into water, you can make it do like front flips and spins and stuff like that. So
yeah, they've thought of a lot of the fun little the little things. So I appreciate that. So one of the game hooks in this is that she has a special power. She can go into kind of like, I think it's Soul Dive, if I remember correctly. What's the name? I can't remember. But she can go into anything basically, be it a coconut, a pig, a ladybug, a bird, you name it, she can soul dive into it. And she can be that thing for a certain period of time, and that thing will change the game mechanics a bit. One might dig, one might fly, might run fast. There's all different kinds of things that they can do. And so just as as a point of thing that I absolutely think is cool, I was telling Sean, I was at the highest point of the little island I was on, or the rather large island I was on, actually. I don't know if it was the highest, but it was very high. And I jumped off. I'll tell you guys the time I did it right, because it's much cooler. And I jumped off, and I'm free falling. Now, you do have a little, Breath of the Wild parachute-y thing, glider, that you can glide with. But instead, as I'm falling, I see a bird, and I go into soul dive mode, which slows you down, and you can, lock onto the bird and dive into the bird. So as you're falling, you stop falling, you dive into the bird, and then you start flying as the bird, and then your time with the bird ends up, and you can kick out of the bird, and you have stamina now, and you're back to the glider, and it just feels real good. The gameplay of that is smooth. It makes sense. It's not overly difficult with buttons, and like I said, it just feels real good. If you like cozy, crafty games, you really should give this a try. But even if you just like exploration games, you should still give this a try.
Yeah, it's ticking a lot of boxes for me in terms of being an open world, third person kind of adventure style game. Lots, like I said, lots of Zelda vibes with the glider, the stamina kind of thing. The ability to climb everything like Spider-Man. You have a slingshot, which is dead easy to use. And you can pick anything up as well, which I enjoy.
Yeah,
I picked a pig up and threw somebody's window earlier just because I could. So.
Yeah. By the way, if you get your raft or boat stuck in the bushes, you can push anything with the Y button. You can also push your raft. So I was stuck for probably 10 minutes in the bushes, and I was like, I don't know how to get this thing out of here. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do at this point. It might just be stuck there for good. And then as I got out, I walked by next to it, and it was press Y to push. And so I just pushed it a few times, and it pushed it out of the bushes. So FYI, if you happen to come in a little hot, like I may have, you can get out of tight spots that way.
Cool. Hey, that's cheer. That it came yesterday, I believe, or the 11th. I want to spend some more time. I think this is a game that Emily enjoy as well, so I'm going to kind of show it to her over the weekend.
Yeah. Anything on your docket, Sean?
More cheer. That's probably about as much as it's on my docket at the moment. We've got a few things on this weekend, and then next week's my bad week. So
yeah,
I will have zero time to play anything next week.
I get you.
It's just cheer. It's one of those I think I want to sink my teeth into a lot because I want to know more about the story.
Nice. Yeah, me too. I'm playing more Chia, more Sandrock until next week, Thursday or so. Whenever Flintlock comes out, I plan to have that pre-ordered and ready to go. Interested to give that a try. It really might not be a game for me, but it looked like it maybe could be a game for me. So I'm gonna give that a go too at some point next week. So if I can, I'll try to get it done. We podcast on Thursday next week, right?
That is correct.
All right.
That's the only day next week I'm available. So.
All right. I'll try to get that. I'll try to get a little Flintlock time in before our podcast. Let's see if that'll happen. So, all right. Then on to the Game Pass headlines. Game Pass headlines is where we talk about Game Pass games that have come out or will be coming out in the next week. Games this week are starting with Cricket 2024 came out July 9th, Tuesday, July 9th. It's the sport of cricket, people. I'm not going to read the thing. It's the sport of cricket. So if you like that thing, then go play it. The Case of the Golden Idol, it's available everywhere. Also out Tuesday, July 9th, so it's out available to you right now. Mayhem, Magic, and Murder Most Foul. Examine clues and use your powers of deduction to solve the twisted mystery of a family's cursed inheritance and a series of grisly deaths in this point-and-click adventure game. July 11th, Neon White. That came out yesterday. Lightning fast, first-person action game about exterminating demons in heaven. You are White, an assassin handpicked from hell to compete with other demon slayers for a chance to live permanently in heaven. The other assassins seem familiar, though. Did you know them in a past life? That's available everywhere, also available for you right now. Chia also available, came out yesterday, available everywhere, X and S only. Climb, glide, swim, sail your boat around a beautiful archipelago as you explore a physics-driven sandbox. The Xbox version includes the game's latest update, which includes 8 new soul melodies, new outfits, and additional perks for wearing matching cosmetic items. Sean?
Yeah, the cosmetic item.
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
cosmetic items part is the one bit I haven't looked into yet on that game. So.
Yeah, I haven't much either. I don't know much about outfits. I've been tooling around. I think I got a few, but I haven't changed anything yet. So
yeah, I think they give you more stamina points, which is quite useful.
But I mean, to be fair, I have 30 hours in Sandrock, and I think I'm wearing the same outfit that they gave me in the beginning. So I'm really not good when it comes to costumes and outfits. Even Sandrock's outfits are the same; they give you benefits, and I still haven't done a good job in figuring out what they are. So what's coming out next week, man?
So next week, starting July 16th, this is available day one with Game Pass Ultimate. Magical Delicacy. It's coming everywhere, cloud, console, and PC. A wholesome pixel art platformer. Cook magical delicacies from a vast collection of ingredients in your own shop. Explore an unfamiliar town and deliver tasty treats to the townsfolk. Learn new ways to traverse, discover secrets, and experience a unique witchy world. So again, that is Magical Delicacy coming July 16th. Also on July 16th, coming to cloud, console, PC, available day one. Flock is a multiplayer co-op game about the joy of flight and collecting adorable flying creatures with your friends. Soar through beautiful landscapes, seeking out rare and elusive, not exclusive, creatures to add to your flock.
Nice.
And then the one game that we are not entirely sure about because it's not been dropped with a roster of games past the 16th is Flintlock. Their Twitter page says it's coming in 6 days' time, which would take us to the 18th of July. And then again, not sure if that's coming to everywhere or if it's just coming to console and cloud, or if it's just console and PC, because we don't have the full information on that. But Flintlock will be coming hopefully July 18th before we go live again, so Nick can get some time to play it.
Yeah, I really feel like that I was a little concerned when I first saw the game cards from the last drop when it wasn't on there, and it stopped just 2 days before it. But I really feel like this game, Xbox feels like this game is special. Like it's got a couple of showcases now, and so I feel like they were like, nah, we just don't want to drop this as the last game on a game card and say, yeah, it's out on the 18th. So I think they're gonna wait. And then next week sometime give it a little bit more love, kind of show it off a bit more. But I was at first a little concerned maybe it wasn't coming, but everything points to that it will be there. So,
yep. And I also think that the next placard of games is only going to be one that's either 3 or 4 long. I don't think we're going to get many because of Flintlock.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's right. And so here's a great week this week. If you were Game Pass Standard, if Game Pass Standard was out and everything was going, these 3 games that Sean just mentioned may not be games that you could play. They're all day and date games. So,
yep. Same with Cheer as well.
Yep.
Oh no, Cheer wasn't day and date.
Oh no, it wasn't. Yeah, because it's been out. Yeah, that's right. It was out in November or something on the Switch, something like that. So
my bad.
So
we've got games leaving July 15th. So Monday, these games are gone. It's Cricket 2022, Figment 2, Coffee Talk Episode 2, Toem, Sins of Solar Empire Rebellion, and The Wandering Village. All these games are disappearing July 15th. So if you've either got the weekend to play them, beat them, get them done and dusted, or buy them for 20% with your Game Pass subscription.
Oh, I just realized you have said this like 2 weeks in a row, but I'm too dense to realize Figment 2. I just finished Figment 1 at the beginning of this year, and I saw it come out, and I was like, oh, I'll play that. Man, that game was not out for very long on Game Pass, I don't think. That's a bummer.
No.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, Sean. That's about all I got.
No, I don't either. I hope you get to play Flintlock next Thursday because I'd like to hear your take on it. I think I am going to look at solely your response to the game to see if I'll play it. Because it's one of those that when I looked at the showcase, it didn't seem a game that I would play, but I like your review and opinion on things. So,
well, I will try my best to get that in before the podcast for us.
Cool. Well, that's it. That wraps up another show of the Game Pass Tracker Show. Don't forget you can follow me or Nick on X. I am Sean_Abbott, and Nick is at Nintendo. That's 10DOH. Our main channel for everything, gaming, podcasts, absolutely everything is at GPT Gaming News. That's across all the social medias there. If you've got any questions or suggestions, or you just want to share your thoughts and opinions on games, you can do. You can email to the show at show@gamepasstracker.com. And just want to say a massive thank you for everybody that's been watching, for all the listeners that are out there in the audio only. Thanks for tuning in. Keep gaming, keep tracking, and until next time, we shall see you later.
See you later, guys.